and welcome to something a bit different this time. I'm going to be building, well, it's built already, but I'm going to be painting and making a diorama out of the, oh excuse me, matchbox jagdpanther. And it's going to be called Just Stalking in the Rain. I couldn't resist it. And here we are on the turntable. I'd already made it. It was a matchbox kit that came without the base. So, and also because the tracks didn't sit right. I've made them sit right, but they don't join at the bottom, as you can see there. First colour I've done is brown, and here I'm using Winsor & Newton art masking fluid. It's meant for masking off for watercolour really, but I use it in my acrylic paintings for masking and in modelling. I've yet to try it, but I'm pretty sure the copy decks will do the same thing, glue. It's pretty much the same. It's a like latex sort of glue product, so I can't see it being any different. And it's semi-dry here, the thicker bits are still wet, but the thing is, they have a skin over them, so if I blow the paint on, it won't move them. The colour that's on it at the moment is called Red Tail Light. God knows why, but that's what it's called. And the next colour I'm putting on here, I've started spraying it there, is called Green Tail Light. I don't know why they call it that. If anybody has any clues, please put it in the comments below. And still spraying the green on. And when the green's on, I'll be doing the same again. Masking off and getting ready for spraying. Here we are with the green on. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing the same here, using the Winsor & Newton masking fluid again. If I'm not, I'll amaze myself. Stands back in amazement. And yeah, here we go. Where have I gone? Come back. Yeah, starting off with a masking fluid again. And basically these just having thin lines. I'm not picking on any particular unit or conflict from World War II. It's just a generic jagdpanther. It's one of the genuine camouflage schemes they had, but the numbers don't necessarily. When the decals go on, the code number doesn't necessarily tally with that camouflage scheme. Camouflage schemes on German tanks like this, you can sort of go haphazard with them, because the main thing is the schemes, they were actually applied by the crews out in the field, so some of them could have come up with their own ideas and stuff. The thing is, for anybody to prove you wrong, they'd have to have a photograph of the certain tank. So the basic thing is it's near enough. As I say, there were so many of the tanks and the crews put them on themselves, so it was very haphazard markings. And here the main colours going over the top of the red and green tail light. And after with this masking fluid, what you do, just wipe it off with your thumb, or if it's a bit tricky I use a toothbrush. And there we are, that's the camel one. There were some sort of unusual camo schemes in that sort of thing, and here I'm painting on track colour. I do a bit of dry brushing on it and stuff. And here I'm pretty sure there oh, hang on, this is weathering powder. So what I'm doing here, I'm using some gloss coats, I think it was a fix, or it might have been a bit of Tamiya gloss coat, and I'm mixing dry weathering powders in it, so they give a little bit of a texture, so it looks more like rust. And I do a dark coloured rust, mid coloured rust, and then up to a light coloured rust. Also, what I've not mentioned here, on the bottom half of the tank I've sprayed with an earthy colour, so it's like it's holding ground mud and stuff on the bottom half. And here I'm still dabbing the rust on. Just where I'm putting it on the basic areas where the tank could be run into, things like trees, walks, like basically anything that got in the way they'd just run into. There's not a lot of stuff that'd stop a jagdpanther. Basically, I forget the name for them, but they're like a siege gun and a tank destroyer. So there's not a lot we're going to argue with one of these beasties. Apart from maybe the Tiger, the famed and feared Tiger tank. But this was a pretty formidable weapon. It was used a lot in the Bocage area and stuff in France, fighting against the British invading. Well, not invading, we was liberating, but they put up in heavy fight. There was a few of them lost round Normandy, etc. But they did see away with a few of our comets. And here I'm dabbing clay coloured mud on it. It's a bit of a lively orange colour really, but it does die down later when it gets moulded in with everything else. I think really if I'd have done it again, I'd have probably gone for a more earthy colour rather than the clay colour. But it all ties in eventually, so I don't worry a lot. And there we go, that's some of them put on. Just putting bits on the track, but it's not really necessary. Bit round the drive sprocket at the front. And next up, where are we? Come on. And next up here I'm doing the other side. What I've done, I've mixed weathering powders in with acrylic paint so it gives body. That's why it's a bit orangey. It gives body and looks like clods of mud soaked on. The more I put in, you can use talcum powder really as well, because you've got the colour in the paint, you're just using something to make it like mud as it goes on. Give it, you know, like you can working with textures as well as the paint. So there we are, starting to bring it a bit to life. And you'll see in a bit why I've called it stalking in the rain. Just stalking in the rain, getting soaking wet. Well, don't give up my day job. And here I'm introducing the diorama base. It was going to be for another tank. I were halfway through it and then went, yeah, fuck it. So I decided on using the base for this. The actual Russian tank that I was making, well, I've made, it's finished, it's all made, weathered and in a winter camo, and it'd have looked really good. It's a beautiful tank, beautiful model. I've done a nice job on it, but and here I am pouring the first basic pour of resin, getting it where I want it. It's to make the water effects on it. I used a clay casting resin and put some Vallejo paints in it to give the colour I wanted. You have to be careful not put too much in, because you want to see some details of the pebbles underneath, unless you're mimicking deep water, I suppose. Then it's not absolutely essential. And here we are with the resin poured on, and just starting with a cocktail stick here to pull the resin into the wheels where I want it. Any areas where it hasn't flowed to, I'm plucking it into with the cocktail stick. And there we are. Ta-da-da! The gap in the track that was at the bottom is hidden. And here I'm using some of the paints to give a base colour, because there's going to be static grass going on it and turfing, etc. So it's just doing a base colour of earth underneath it. And over here I'm doing bits where I'm going to be having static grass, etc. I want the stones showing through because there's some nice detail on the stones. And here, this is why I'll be doing the odd model kit. I've got a horrendous collection of kits, just focusing here. I've got about, in all, in these boxes here, there's probably 200 kits at a guess. And then I've got more in my shelving in my studio and modelling room. That's an old frog. Amy Johnson's tiger moth, I think it is, or fox moth or whatever. It's a D'Havilland anyway. And various kits in there. There we have a frog. Let me think. What is it? Avenger. Avenger torpedo bomber. And what's this coming up? An old Matchbox Sea Harrier. Got quite a few Matchbox kits. And that one's just the first box. There are another 4 underneath it. the same as we can see here. They're all full up with kits, everyone's full to top. And they're all 1/72. They've been took out of the boxes and put in freezer bags to give me more storage room. And here we have next one down. And here's what I'm after. I'm after the decals out of one of them. I've got two kits. I've got the more up to date Revel one, which is, it's a beautiful detailed kit. It's more detailed than this one I'm building, to be fair. But I'm using Revel now have all the moulds to the old Matchbox kits. So I'm using the new Revel deep decals, because Revels give it new colour schemes. Being a German company, why wouldn't they? It's a German tank. Although if it's an aircraft you won't get the swastikas. Bit of a touchy subject. I'll leave it. Anyway, here, what I've done there, you use a basic electric. What I did, I converted one of the, you know, the fly squatting bats. For using, I made my own static grass applicator. Unfortunately with me shakes, half the time I'll go away and cup goes up and static grass goes everywhere. But hey, look, such is life. And here I'm doing the other side. It's just basically hold the nail in and shake the applicator, and it puts the grass on. I've held the nail at the other side, see? And now I'm just shaking the applicator. Then once you've done it, you tap it. What I'm using as well to apply it well to is I've used PVA glue, basically Evo Stick woodworking glue, and I dilute it 50-50 with water, and then sprinkle the static grass onto it. And here I'm sprinkling some German materials. It's knock turf, and also some knock brush to go around the grasses I've got there. I'm doing some scrub and brush area. As you would, you get undergrowth and long grass and stuff. And here I'm just putting decals on. There's not a lot of decals. Technically, I suppose I should have put them on before I started weathering, but it won't kill it. Later on I do some rust staining down them to tie them in a bit better. But really, it's really no detriment, I suppose. There we are, more or less positioned. I'll go for that. And now I'm just dry brushing the rocks. I've already put a wash of black over them to go down into the next. Now I'm just dry brushing a grey brown onto them, just to like give them a bit more 3D effect. God knows what I'm doing there apart from adjusting the camera. I don't think I got that much advantage, but there we go. And here we go now. What I'm doing here, I've got some, oh god, what's it called? It's a Games Workshop wash. Oh, let me think. I'm trying to think of the old name for the old style photographs. Surfing sepia, it's called. But what it's good for, it gives you good rust effects. Say from an area where water's been washing down and it's washed down. Used it on a few little areas just to give a bit of variety of colours. But it's as if rust has drawn down it, been washed down with rain. And here, this is Winsor & Newton's Artist Acrylic, and it's a gloss gel. What it is basically is a thickening agent for acrylic paints to hold brush strokes in and stuff, but what I'm using it for is to put texture on top of the water. I'm trying it out. It works to a degree, but it doesn't hold its peaks brilliant, so I think what I'll be doing, I think I may well get some of the proper knock or woodland scenics water effects. It'll be the same stuff, but it's probably thicker, so it holds the shapes better. Because this, I've noticed, I was getting the shapes into it and then they were dropping back out, so it still finishes up good, but and they're coming off the tracks of that area. I've mixed some like sandy earthy colour, so it looks like when it's all dried clear, it'll look like it's kicked up the silt off the bottom as the tracks have gone through, because they'll just, the way the tracks work, they'll be just lifting out of the water from where they've been stood, so it will disturb the sediment on the bottom and bring it up. And there I'm just putting it into the wheels again with the cocktail stick, moving it around, making ripples. The idea is it dries clear on top and you get a rippled surface. If I'd took a bit more time, I'd have, well, I took a little bit of time, but not a lot. I'd have looked at tanks more going through water and see where they left the ripples. The basic ideas are the same though, of anything moving through water. And here I am still putting it, oh no, here I'm painting. This is some, it's like creamy whitey paint. I'm just putting some on leading edges, so it's like where the water's got a bit of foam on it. And coming up, we're heading up to the finished result. And coming up any second. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and even better, press the bell icon for notifications. But here's the basic finished article, and looking fairly nice, to be honest, for an old Matchbox kit. And the Artist Acrylic medium has started drying, but I did spray over the top of it with car clear to give it a bit of shine, etc. But I'll be experimenting more with it, but it does look good. Looks nice. Brought it to life in a way. And there, I quite like that angle looking at it, with the water being pushed forward by the tracks at the front and disturbed by the wheels and tracks. And you can make out the wet ground. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now, and take care.